It starts with a chill, a subtle shift in the air you can't quite name. It's the echo of an inside joke, once yours, now shared with someone new. You see it across a crowded room, a ghost of your intimacy living on in another's eye. You tell yourself you're imagining it. Paranoia, a phantom limb of a friendship you're afraid to lose. But the feeling lingers, a cold spot in your gut. This isn't just distance, it feels orchestrated. Welcome to the best friend protocol. A silent, psychological blueprint for emotional decommissioning. It's not a sudden betrayal, it's a meticulously planned obsolescence. You are not being left, you are being replaced. This isn't a theory, it's a pattern of covert narcissistic behavior, a survival strategy for those who see relationships not as connections, but as resources. They require a constant, stable supply, and they always have a backup. The protocol unfolds in 3 distinct, silent phases, each designed to test your utility, measure your weaknesses, and seamlessly integrate your successor. You won't see the gears turning until it's far too late. Phase 1. The loyalty audit. This is where they test your pliability. It begins with small, seemingly innocent requests that push your boundaries. Can you cover for me? Don't tell anyone about this, okay? Each yes is a data point. Each secret you keep for them reinforces their control. They aren't asking for favors, they are assessing your willingness to become an accomplice, to suspend your own moral code for theirs. They might ask you to lie to their partner, to cover a financial misstep, to support them in a narrative where they are unequivocally the victim. They are calibrating your loyalty. How far will you bend before you break? If you comply, you pass the audit. But you haven't won their friendship. You've simply proven your utility. You've shown you can be a useful tool. For now. Phase 2. The vulnerability scan. This is the most insidious stage. They take the secrets you shared in moments of pure trust, your fears, your traumas, your deepest insecurities, and they place them under a microscope. They don't weaponize them. Not yet. That would be too obvious. Instead, they reference them obliquely. A careless joke that cuts too close to home. A piece of advice that targets your most tender wound. Remember when you told them about your fear of being abandoned? Now they joke about leaving you behind at a party. You told them about your insecurity with public speaking. They encourage you to give a toast at a wedding, watching you squirm with a placid smile. They are cataloging your reactions, gauging your emotional armor. How do you respond to the pain? Do you shrink? Do you get angry? Do you seek their approval to make it stop? This is not concern. This is data collection. They need to know exactly where to press to control you, to manage you, and eventually to dismiss you with maximum efficiency and minimum fuss. Your pain is just a footnote in their research, which brings us to the final, chilling act. Phase 3. The replacement audition. While you are being audited and scanned, a new candidate is being interviewed. You probably know them. You probably even like them. The replacement is not chosen at random. They are often a purer version of you. They might embody a quality the manipulator once admired in you, but now finds tiresome. Or they possess a trait you lack, filling a new need. They are brought into your shared spaces. The manipulator watches how you interact. They study the dynamic. The replacement is taught your shared history, your inside jokes, your rituals. It's a knowledge transfer. You think it's wonderful that your best friend has a new friend. You try to be inclusive, but you notice the subtle mimicry. The new person uses a phrase you always use. They develop a sudden interest in a band only you and your friend loved. It's not flattery. It's training. They are learning to be you, or rather, a better, more compliant version of you. They are the understudy, waiting in the wings for you to miss your cue. Let's make this real. Think of Clara and her best friend, Morgan. They were inseparable, their bond forged in late-night talks and shared vulnerabilities. Clara trusted Morgan with the deepest parts of her soul. The loyalty audit began when Morgan asked Clara to lie to her parents about a trip. "It's just a small thing," Morgan had said. Clara, valuing the friendship above all, agreed. The first string was attached. Then came the vulnerability scan. Clara had once confessed her crippling insecurity about her art, her fear that she was a fraud. Weeks later, at a gallery, Morgan offhandedly remarked, "Some artists just have it, you know? The real thing. Others just try." She said it to the room, but her eyes found Clara's for a fraction of a second. Clara felt the sting, but dismissed it. A coincidence. Morgan wouldn't be so cruel, but the seed of doubt was planted. A tiny, cold splinter in her heart. Finally, the audition. Morgan introduced Eve. Eve was bright, funny, and also an artist, but a confident, commercially successful one. She was everything Clara aspired to be. "You two will love each other," Morgan had declared. Clara watched as Morgan began to share their things with Eve. The obscure coffee shop, the favorite foreign film, the secret handshake they'd invented as kids. Each shared memory given away felt like a small theft. The final cut came during a casual conversation. Morgan, talking to Eve, used a nickname for her that had been Clara's. It slipped out, effortlessly. In that moment, Clara wasn't just being ignored. She was being erased. The transfer was complete. This is the endpoint of the protocol. A quiet, devastating exchange. The old resource is depleted, and the new one is fully online. There is no dramatic confrontation, just a sudden, profound silence where a friendship used to be. So what do you do? How do you fight a war you didn't even know you were in? The first step is to stop making excuses for the chill you feel. Stop blaming yourself. This is not a failure of your friendship. It is the successful execution of their strategy. Recognize the tests. When they ask you to compromise your integrity, see it for what it is. An audit. When they use your vulnerability against you, see it for what it is. A scan. When they introduce a mirror of you, see them for what they are. An understudy. You cannot win their game. The rules are written in a language you don't speak. Your only move is not to play. You disengage. You reclaim your secrets. You build your own world with your own rules, based on genuine connection, not calculated utility. The grief will be real, because your belief in the friendship was real. But what you are mourning is not a person.